Hello, welcome to Dragon HQ once more on Dragon Studio. I am Caroline, the original Dragon Lady. Something that comes up time and time again is people contacting me saying, I've lost my dragon connection. Where have my dragons gone? My dragons have buggered off. What have I done to upset them? All this kind of thing. And on one hand, there's two answers to this. On one hand, the dragons will step back, and I've spoken about this before. The dragons will step back when life overtakes us, and we've got to be very in the physical, dealing very much with the physical world, and we haven't got space or capacity for anything else because we're stressed, we're busy, we're tired, we're whatever it is that's going on in our lives that completely takes our attention. What the dragons have brought home over the last few weeks to me, and they want me to share it with you, is two things. One is regular spiritual practice. So if you want a connection with your dragons, you've got to show up. You've got to show up, you've got to do the work, and you've got to do it regularly. And that's the same for any spiritual practice, whether you're talking guides, whether you're learning healing, whether you're talking mediumship, any of it. Yoga is another one. You've got to show up. You've got to do the work. And the second part of that is when we get too busy in our lives, we haven't got capacity to do our spiritual work. It's actually when we need to be doing our spiritual work the most. Because the support of spirit, the dragons, all of that will help guide us and carry us through. So in all honesty, it doesn't matter how shitty life is or how busy you are. Actually, you need to, or the dragons invite you, because they'll never tell you what to do. They might want to give you a slap and say you're being silly and you're self-sabotaging and whatever, but they invite you to whatever's going on in your life to make room for a 30-minute practice every single day. Now, the best time, as if you've had a regular meditation practice, or you have a regular meditation practice, I dare say that most of you do it first thing in the morning. So it's one, it sets you up for the day, but two, it's actually done and it's not nudging, niggling at you through the day. Oh, I haven't done my meditation, or oh, I'll do it when I get home tonight, or I'll do it when I go to bed. And of course, it keeps getting put off and put off and put off. And then the next day comes round and the same thing happens again. And so we go on and we put it off. So what the dragons have asked me, oh no, before I go on, sorry, they've just told me. So what I've come to understand is that we form habits. So we've been put off on meditation. And so we form habits. And it takes 21 days for a habit to be formed. Positive or negative, it takes 21 days. So if we consecutively don't show up for our spiritual practice for 21 days, it then leaves our radar, leaves our consciousness. If we do show up for 21 days consecutively, it becomes a part of who we are. So you sort of build that practice in, and what happens, it actually builds new pathways in your brain is what happens apparently. So some clever person told me. So the dragons have asked me to actually create a 30-day challenge. So this is as much for me as it is for you guys, about showing up for 30 consecutive days to meditate, to journal, to connect with your dragon, to connect with yourself. And if you do it every day for 30 days, one, you'll feel heaps better. Your stress will drop away, or will drop back considerably. It lowers your blood pressure. You feel calmer, more centered, more balanced. You cope with what life throws at you every day. A bit like Teflon, it sort of slides off a bit, you know. But you have maybe secure boundaries. You don't get as flustered. Anxiety will lessen. All of these things from a regular spiritual practice, in particular meditation, actually has an impact to every phase and every part of your life, as well as, of course, giving you a better connection, direct dial to your dragons and other spiritual realms, whatever you work with, whether you work with ascended masters or the angels or whatever. It gives you, it's like super fast broadband against the old-fashioned dial-up. It gives you that connection that is more, has a stronger foundation. So if you'd like to join me, this will be starting later in the year. It will all be over my social media and on my email and on my website and everywhere else. You'll have to show up every day for 30 days. It is a commitment to you, to the dragons, and to spirit.